no one ever knows where we're heading, where the story goes. You just gotta own on to your path. What feels right in your heart and your soul. I know you always wanna do what's right. I know you rather wanna flat than fight.
Hi, this is Steve from Mad About Golf, and I'm here today again with Jayden Cleary from Titleist. He's a Titleist fitting specialist, but today we're not going to do the irons. That was last time. We're going to do a driver, and if we have time, we'll do the fairway woods as well. So, since I got my iron fitting with Jayden, I was telling him before, my handicap I think's dropped from 10 to 8.7, so it absolutely changed my game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, thanks for that, mate. I actually enjoy playing irons now.
Yeah.
Especially when I get to a long shot, I know I can pull out the T200.
Feel confident,
and that's the biggest change for me. 100%. And in the shorter irons, it's just knowing that you've got that more workability. It's game changing for me. And I actually did a video the other day about blended sets.
Yes,
to explain how they worked. And I think, what's the stat now? It's 75 or 80% of tour pros use blended sets,
80%
right?
of our tour players are using, combination sets.
It's mental, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty wicked. Like, again, it just shows you the shift in technology and our fitting process and how things have changed.
Yeah, it's really good. So today's going to be interesting because driving, according to the guys I play with every Saturday, is the strength of my game.
Yeah, cool.
They're like, why are you getting a driver fitting? And I'm like, I want more distance.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't have. Like, I think my average drive's like 210, 220 is a good one. Mm-hmm. So I'm always the first to play out of our group, off the tee. So it'd be cool just to have a club that gives me that more distance. But generally, I'm pretty consistent with spraying it. I don't.
Keep it pretty tight.
Pretty tight. But yeah, just the distance is not there, and I think that's just an age thing. And
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is with TrackMan, we can see how your driver performs.
Right.
See how it optimizes, and then figure out, one, is a new driver going to help you get it further?
Yep.
And then two, obviously piecing everything together and then figuring out what's going to be the best combination for you.
Okay, so unlike the irons that I had previously to the ones I got, this driver was fitted. Mm-hmm. So it's technically supposed to be fitted for me.
Cool.
It's 11 degrees, I think they've got it set to.
Yep.
So yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. I noticed there was a sign there saying no drivers.
Yeah, so we're fine.
We're not going to hit that far.
No. So they were working in the middle of the range up top of the net, and they've just shifted to the side, so we're totally fine.
Cool, great.
I knew you were coming, so I thought, they might be in trouble over there.
Yeah, that's right. And I know that you just started when we first did the fitting. Has it been going good?
Yeah, it's been going great. I'm loving the role. It's obviously a privilege being able to go to different golf clubs every day and travel around and help every golfer out in the best way I can. Meet some really cool people as well.
Yeah,
it's great.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll grab my driver.
Yes, let's have a look and see what you got.
Here we go.
So QI 10.5 lofted up.
Yeah.
Regular,
yeah.
So how long have you had this in the bag for?
Probably had it for about 6 months, I think.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yep. Bad shots with it would be sometimes tend to push it out to the right, but I think that's me rather than the club.
Yep.
They're very, very rarely faded. It's more of a
push
draw.
Or a draw.
It's a high draw is a good shot, but a bad shot would be like a block out to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Again, since you got fitted for it, it could be a chance that this is optimized and this is what we can get out of with a Titleist driver. So we're going to hit a few with this.
Okay.
We're going to monitor it, see how it comes out, and then we can do some figuring out what we can do.
Awesome.
Sound good?
Great.
Perfect. So our target line, Steve, we're going to go for you can see 1, 2, 3 stumps, the middle ones, and the distance.
Oh, yeah,
You're going to go for the middle one.
Middle one, okay.
Just to give yourself something to aim for.
All right.
I'll just get this reset up. Rightio. So when you're ready, you're going to hit 6 drives. And if you hit any terrible ones that aren't usual, just let me know and we can obviously delete that.
Okay. There's the one out to the right.
Cool.
Cheers, mate. That was more of a fade than a push though, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little fade. It might have been just a little bit low out of the heel. Yeah.
Bit better.
Nice. So when you hit your good ones, your draws, do they start straight and then draw, or do they start a little bit right and come back to the middle for you?
And then generally straight, and then they sort of tail off at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
And strike, do you find yourself typically hitting it pretty central out of the middle, or your tendency is to hit it low out of the face or heel or toe?
Toe.
Toe more?
Yeah, I've noticed it out of the toe sometimes, yeah. Fadey one.
It's all right. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I found all right.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the best out of those, I think.
Perfect. Okay, so that gives us enough data to kind of see your block, your draw, and your straight one.
Yep.
So come have a look at this.
Okay.
So right here, you'll see that we've got what we call an optimizer.
Yep.
So that last one, even though you hit it really well,
Yep.
launch was good, spin was a little bit high.
Okay.
So if you look at this little track here, the black line is what your shot just did.
Yep.
It comes up a little bit high and it falls out of the sky. Where if we're able to lower that spin rate,
Yep.
we could potentially give you another 20 meters,
Right.
25.
Wow, okay.
If we group them all together, so look at all your misses completely, same sort of concept.
Yeah.
So ball speed was a little bit down purely because our strike location was a little low on the face.
Right.
So if we get it more out of the middle, it's obviously going to come off the face faster.
Is that the tee height that affects that, or?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily,
yeah, obviously it can influence it a little bit if you normally tee it up higher, but we'll keep that in mind. But in general, it's saying that your spin rate is just a little bit too high and ball speed is a little down. The launch is good, so that in terms of 11 degrees, it's looking like it's pretty good sort of setting.
Yep.
Again, using different heads could change that.
Okay.
So we'll have a look. In terms of speed, you're swinging at 91 miles per hour, which is kind of borderline regular and stuff. So we'll have a play around and see what we can come up with.
All right.
You liking the combo between the two?
Honestly, yeah. It's like you say, it's that confidence on the longer shots.
Yeah.
They have such a different feel.
Yeah.
The TT100s to the 150s, but I like them both.
Yeah.
But they suit the different scenarios. That's the thing I find amazing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you bring yourself over here, we're going to try all four heads. Okay.
Okay.
So there's GT1, GT2, GT3, and GT4.
Right.
We'll stick with 11 degrees. Just grab the one. It's hiding underneath.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll notice GT1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yep.
Pretty similar in look. They all look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So they all are designed for different people and different swing types. So it's kind of my job to try and figure out which one's going to be best suited for you.
Yep.
Alongside the right shaft combination and length and what setting we need. So GT1, a bit lighter.
Okay.
A bit more forgiving. It's designed to launch a little higher and spin a bit more.
Okay.
So someone who typically hits it low and obviously struggles to get up in the air or swings a little slower typically suits that type of person. 2 is a little bit more forgiving. The weight's at the back. A little bit higher MOI, which again, a bit more forgiving.
Okay.
Launches a little higher, spins not quite as much as that.
Right.
And you'll notice 3, a little bit less forgiving, but they're all made of the same face technology, so they all feel very similar.
Yeah.
The weight is further forward with the 3 rather than at the back, so that lowers the spin.
Okay.
But it also has the adjustability through here, which means that we can, if you have a typical fade or draw, we can alter that to help minimize it.
Right, yeah.
Or change the center of gravity so that your strike location, if it's consistently out of one place, we can then make that the middle, essentially.
Okay.
And then 4 is the low spinning one, so less forgiving again. We can turn it, it's for that person who either slices a lot and generates a lot of spin.
Right.
We can help minimize that. Or someone that has a lot of club head speed that needs something that flight's better for them.
Right.
So again, they're all designed for different people.
Yep.
So we're just going to go straight to GT1 to start off with.
Yep.
Similar processes to what we did with the irons.
Yep.
Normally I would kind of just jump straight into kind of where I think we're going to go.
Yep.
But just for today, I'm going to get you to just hit 2 shots with each.
Okay.
Just so you have a general feel and you can give me your feedback on how it comes out.
Cool.
Sound good?
Yep, sounds great.
So... You been out here before?
I used to be a member here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, years ago.
Nice.
I actually owned a house just around the corner. I used to walk here.
Yeah?
Yeah, which was handy for having a few beers afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'll give you this.
Thank you.
So again, we're just going to hit 2 shots with each, just so you can have your initial feel and reaction to how they all perform.
Okay, so this is the one.
Yep.
GT1. Wow. Wow, the ring on that.
Yeah, it's a different sound, eh?
Far out. Probably didn't help that it was a shit shot, but...
It's all right.
That's better.
Lovely.
Nice draw on it, eh?
Yeah. Okay, so let's go GT2.
And like with the irons, you only do 2 shots so you don't start adjusting to it?
Yeah,
right?
again, this is just for your own, like, so you can feel the difference between them all.
Right.
It's same thing though. Like, yeah, if you hit 3, 4, 5, 6 shots, then after a while you can start trying to make something work.
Yeah. Yeah, that sound on that first shot, that I think that was because it was like not in the middle.
Yeah, still, it's good to hear it. And
I hate range balls anyway.
Do you?
Because I play the Pro V1, which is obviously a lot softer, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you're putting the weight in.
Yeah, so I often change the weight for different people.
Right.
So we're just keeping it in standard weight for now. There could be a chance we increase the head weight or make it lighter. Just dependent. So this is a GT2.
Good looking club, eh?
Yeah.
What does the GT stand for?
Generational technology.
Generational, right. Nice. Looks, yeah, like you say, it looks really similar from a dress.
Yeah.
A lot lower, eh?
Yeah.
But they're all set.
They're all at 11 degrees.
Okay.
Well, I apologise. The GT1 and the GT4 are 10 degrees.
Okay.
The 2 and the 3 are 11 degrees.
Snappy.
Again, don't worry about the bad ones because once we fine tune it, obviously the consistency will come back.
Yeah, yeah.
How did that first one feel though?
First one felt, I think, a bit better than that one.
Yep.
To be honest. Yep. Yep. Apart from that second shot felt awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you play yourself?
I've got a GT2.
2, yeah.
Yep. Similar to you, I need a bit of loft because I don't generate too much spin. Because I just have not a lot of dynamic loft at impact.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went and got fitted from the team over in Aussie and went from a TSR 3, 10 degrees, into a GT2, 11 degrees, and the launch and the spin numbers were just so much better.
So much better, yeah. Cool, all right. So this is the 3.
This is the 3.
Off to the right.
That's right. Notice the difference in head shape, how they all look.
Looks fairly similar to me, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
This one feels like it's got more loft on it, just visually.
Yep.
Not feels, but looks-wise. Caught that one off the toe.
So, I mean, the reason why I asked that is because with the new GT range, they've tried to make it so they all look very similar,
right?
In a way.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's because we don't see it out. We don't want them to be game improvement and better player.
Right.
We want them all to be individualized, so they're for anyone really.
Yeah, I noticed that you guys don't use the typical Max sort of version, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the brands have the Max version.
Yeah, and in theory, the GT1 is that.
Right.
But like in reality, the reason why we stay away from that term is because we want them all to, you know, have their purpose.
Yeah, yeah. Suit different golfers, right?
Yeah, not be, I guess, draw biased or you don't have that certain term so people don't think it's not for them, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is quite a cool little kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
It's got all the weights there, so you've got standard weight, plus 2 grams, minus 2 grams, plus 4 grams, minus 4, plus 6, minus 6. So again, just for the versatility of us changing and adapting things. It's
I've been down that
really
rabbit hole of trying to adjust at a driving range, and I'm never going to go down there again.
Yeah, and that's why we don't give the weight kits with the drivers anymore. No. I don't know if they ever did, but yeah, just to avoid that. It's just like get fitted, get it properly, and don't touch it.
Don't change it. Yeah. This works for you.
This is it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. GT4.
GT4.
Bit straighter.
Yeah, how did that feel?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Yep, that was nice.
Notice anything in feel between all 4 models?
Probably a bit more solid off the face.
Yep.
For some reason, I don't know
Again,
why.
that's that forgiveness.
Right.
So not as forgiving as the previous one, so it probably feels a little bit more solid off that face.
Yeah. But yeah, no, really nice.
So come have a look at the data so you can see. Again, we haven't really done anything with what we're, you know, what's suited for you yet. It's just trying them all.
Yeah, yeah.
So GT1 was the green.
Okay.
So spin, 3000, 10.5 degrees. GT2, a little bit further.
Yep.
So 2200 spin, so better spin rate.
Yep.
10.6, better launch.
Yep.
GT3 actually spun up a little bit more, which is surprising.
Okay.
12 degrees in launch.
Oh.
Sorry. And then GT4, 2900, 12 degrees. So if we look at all your strike patterns with each of them, GT1, GT2, GT3, GT4.
So one was more consistent than the others?
Yeah, but that's a sign that the shaft isn't right, more than anything.
Yeah.
So again, it didn't really give us a true representation of the numbers because we weren't able to hit it out of the middle.
Right.
You're able to hit the GT1 a little bit better. Again, the shaft probably fell a little bit better because the head's lighter.
Okay, yep.
So it might have something to do with it.
Yep.
But in saying that, even though you hit it more out of the middle, spin rate was too high.
Right. Okay.
So it's a sign that the GT1 is probably not going to be the right suit for you.
Sure. Okay.
So let's go back, looking at that. So GT2, you hit the furthest on an average. So we're going to start there.
Okay.
Going to try a different shaft.
Yep.
Launch is good, so 11 degrees seems to be a really good sort of starting point.
Okay.
And then it's about figuring out the shaft in the loft and the setting.
Yep.
And again, seeing whether or not you're actually going to get more out of it than what you're getting out of your one.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing at the end of the day.
Yep.
Okay, so how did that shaft feel out of curiosity?
Yeah, felt okay.
Felt okay?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing. I just want you to hit it
All right.
and see how it feels.
Okay.
Okay. Again, just 2 or 3 shots.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Oh. There you go.
There you go. Hold fire for a second, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Perfect.
Okay. That felt nice.
It's a pretty good start.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that felt real nice. Sorry, I was too busy admiring my shot.
There we go. Now we're looking at some good numbers.
Oh, that was a bit toey, I think.
It's all good. There you go.
Oh, crikey. How's that?
Okay, let's just have a look and see your strike pattern between those 3 shots. So first one, you had it well, slightly off the toe.
Yeah.
Second one, a little bit low off the face.
Yeah.
Third one, didn't pick it up.
That's good, so bad.
So shaft, not right.
Not right.
Give that a go.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All good?
Yep, good to go.
Wow. That felt way different.
A good different?
Good different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good 2 shots.
It's crazy how just the shaft can make such a difference.
Yeah, so I mean, that was your longest one today. That went 241 meters.
No, that was a bad strike, but it's still pretty forgiving. Holy crap.
Yeah, so good results considering, eh?
Yeah.
So did you notice anything different with that shaft, like feel-wise?
It just felt better. It just felt like I could control it better, and and the shots I think showed that, except for that last one. But I couldn't believe that. I thought, oh wow, I've lost that way right, and it drew back in at the end.
Yeah. So if you have a look at your strike location with the first 2,
Yeah.
pretty much bang out of the middle.
Right.
Second one, a little bit more off the toe, but still a really good result.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at how far it was going,
Yeah.
all 3 of them went further than any other of your drives today. Even that miss hit, the last one.
Yeah.
If we look at the optimizer, it'll probably say ball speed. I mean, that was the second one.
Yeah.
Everything's exactly where we want it.
Right. Wow.
Spin rate was a fresh high with the first one. And then obviously ball speed was down because we didn't quite get out of the middle with the last one, but everything else is optimized.
Optimized. Yeah.
So if we look at the difference between your one,
Yep.
so look at these 2 numbers here.
187212. Wow.
So 190 carry, so we're carrying an extra 5 meters, 236 total as opposed to 212. We've only just started.
24.
20,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And again, if we get everything as close to this optimizer as we can, we can often start seeing some good results.
Wow.
And now everything is inside that blue, which is great.
Okay.
Normally it takes a little bit longer to get to there. So for us to get there after a couple of shafts is pretty good.
Yeah.
The big thing that I've seen, when we tried you in that GT1, lighter head with that shaft, you hit it more out of the middle.
Okay.
Now, we tried you with the hazardous shaft, which was 60 grams, so a little bit heavier.
Yep.
This is 50 grams with that GT2 head.
Yep.
So you're liking something light,
Light, yeah, yeah.
by the sounds and what's coming out.
Yeah.
So we're going to try you with this shaft with the GT3 head
Okay.
and just see what that does.
Yep.
See how it feels, because you hit both of them good, just not quite out of the middle with that other shaft.
Okay. Sounds good.
So it'll be interesting to see, 1, your ball speed, 2, the difference between those.
What's the weight of my current shaft on the?
I'm pretty sure it's
50 or?
50 gram regular
50,
flex. So again, similar weight,
Yeah.
which is why you've probably been fitting into that.
Yeah.
Again, like to get that sort of numbers, it's going to be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
again, we just want to try and reconfirm, make it consistent.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And now we can reveal the shaft. What is it? A
Yeah, so this is a Denali
Denali. Ah.
Denali Red 50 gram regular flex.
Right, nice.
So this is standard length. We will try you in half an inch shorter as well, just to see how it feels and how it comes out.
Okay.
A lot of people that I've been fitting have been fitted into half an inch shorter purely because their strike location improves.
Right, okay.
Because obviously if the longer the club is, the further away it is, the harder it is for you to control.
Right.
Not for everyone. Some people hit it way better.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just another test for us to try.
And you have all those
I
combinations?
do, yeah.
Wow, that's
so I've got all that to try.
Right.
And normally when we go half an inch shorter, we add 2 grams of weight to the head, which is why this little toolkit comes in really handy.
Oh, okay.
To even out the swing weight, make sure it all feels the same.
Right.
And then we can obviously add weight or take weight away if I feel like we need to.
Because that's what they do on putters, right? The, like 33, 34, 35, the weights are different on the bottom.
Exactly
because of the
that.
length. Yeah.
So you'll find that 35-inch putter, which is your standard sort of length, is normally 10 gram weights, and your Scotty Cameron, just normal putters, and then 34 is 15 and 33 is 20. So you add that extra weight when you go shorter and shorter. Same sort of concept.
Right, yeah.
Cool. So same shaft, same loft, just the GT3. We'll see how this performs.
Yeah. I actually just went back to a Scotty Cameron, loving it.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Phantom 7.5.
Nice.
I tried the 5, but I just couldn't get over that chopped off back of it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Really good.
Just had a real sweet draw on it, eh? Felt like awesome.
Lovely. Straight down the middle.
So I hit that off the toe, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's drawn right into the middle, right?
Yeah, nice.
Crazy. Now I gave that a bit more swing speed, just thinking I could get a bit more out of it.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
I mean, even still for a miss, see how they're all going the same distance?
Right, yeah.
So the first 2 were pretty good.
Yeah,
where was
felt
that last one on the face? Pretty central. Okay, we may delete that because it might have been a dud ball. So
Oh, okay.
go one more.
It was a bit weird, eh?
Yeah, it just came out funny.
Can I do that on the course when I play on a Saturday? Say to the guys, I think that was a dud ball.
Yeah,
Can I just delete that one. Bit leaky, but better.
Cool. What do you feel more comfortable looking over? Do you notice anything?
Didn't notice anything from the look side of it, no.
Cool.
Not at all.
Okay, so results-wise, this is GT2, 134 ball speed, GT3, 135. So a little bit quicker off the face.
Yep.
If we look at your optimizer, 136, 135, pretty similar.
Very similar. I just still can't get over the extra 20 metres.
Yeah, literally straight away.
Yeah.
From a consistency point of view, we're noticing with the 3, it wants to leak more out to the right, where with the 2, even with your miss hit, that was pretty straight.
Yeah.
So I quite like that for you.
The 2, yeah.
Just a bit more, I suppose, controlled,
Yep.
I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back now to the 2,
Okay.
but we're going to go half an inch shorter,
Okay.
and again, see how that comes out.
Glad this is a covered bay, eh?
Yes.
They actually didn't have this when I was a member here.
Oh, really?
No. It was so long ago that I was a member here, I remember I had to go for an interview.
To be a member?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And I got asked some basic golf questions about golf in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, like etiquette stuff. Yeah, it was crazy.
Was that when you just started playing, or had you been playing for a while?
I'd been playing for a while, but I'd been overseas.
Yeah.
So I just come back into the country. So yeah, I said I had just spent 8 years working at Glen Eagles. I said, so I do know a little bit about golf.
Yeah.
No, you gotta come in and meet, you know. Yeah. They obviously don't do that anymore, but yeah. But yeah, I love this course because of the 27 holes, right?
Yeah.
The way they mix up the nines. I think Lydia Coe played a lot here, didn't she?
I believe so. I could be wrong.
She was at the Golf Institute just down the road. I'm pretty sure she was. That's where her original coach is from.
Yeah. At IOG, is it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Rightio.
Thank you.
So, same shaft, half an inch shorter. Back to the 2.
Okay. Felt nice.
See, if that's your right miss, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Maybe not the first at Clark's Beach, though. That's out of bounds, so be borderline. That was me. That was just snappy.
That's right.
Yeah, that was just...
Take your time.
Again, I think a bit toey, but...
Go one more and I'll delete the second one.
Yeah, it just wasn't a good strike. Toe. I mean,
Okay.
heel.
Again, this is just a test to
Yep.
see how... Did you feel a difference in length? Did it feel any?
I felt it it felt a little bit closer, which gave the impression of having more control, but in reality, I don't think was that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got 3 different kind of variations of where you hit in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to try and bring that in.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the ascended length.
Okay.
Because you hit that more out of the middle, which
By
to me
shortening the length of the shaft, does that decrease distance in theory?
No, it doesn't. Well, the old school terminology was yes, long shaft, the further it's going to go because you got more leverage.
Yeah.
But in reality, the more you hit it out of the middle of the face, the quicker the ball speed, therefore the further the distance.
Okay. Yeah.
So the reason why we shorten it for people is to try and bring that consistency in.
Right.
Some people are like yourself and you get too short and then it spreads because it's just not quite the right combination.
True.
So everyone's different, but at the end of the day, it doesn't normally affect distance.
Right. Okay.
It might affect club head speed by 0.5 or I don't actually know the data, but it never normally affects the actual distance of the ball.
Yeah. Do the shaft, that particular shaft, do they come in different colours or is it just that red?
Just that red.
Yeah.
May do over in Japan or in America or something, but
No, I just wondered like why particular shafts or brands choose different colours. You know, like this one's obviously a black, that's red.
Yeah, I
see blue
suppose.
a lot. Yeah.
I suppose just to make them different to other ones they have, and
Right. Yeah.
so people know what they are. I mean, it stands out at the end of the day. People will probably, if you've tried a Denali shaft, you'll see someone else using it. I know what shaft that is.
Right.
Where everything's just black, you don't know what they're using.
True. Yeah. You actually do see it on TV a lot with tour pros, that colour. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's gone back to
Regular length.
regular length, but I've just changed the setting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Speed to... What are you getting more out of on the course? The overdraw or the push out to the right?
More the push out to the right,
Okay.
I would say, yeah. Like that.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a bad one.
Okay, pass it here. What were you using before your current gamer?
I got fitted actually at JK's into a Cobra F Max.
Yeah.
And I do remember at the time it was one of those draw.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was really light, like 40 gram even shaft. So, yeah, I remember at the time the guys I was playing with, they're like, that's a seniors club. I was like, no, it's not. But I think it is. I mean, yeah, big head, really light shaft.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Nice.
But then I tried that one. I was like, that's nice too. So,
yeah. Wicked. Again, I'm not going to tell you what I've done.
Okay.
Just want you to hit it.
Okay.
Hold fire for a second. I'll just 10 degrees.
Find these grips really thin since I've got the
I bet.
the other ones.
Good shot.
Whoa. That's more a swing, I think.
It's all right.
It's a bit better, eh?
Yeah.
Not so much of a push.
Just go one more.
Felt nice.
How'd that feel?
Good.
Good?
Yeah. Overall, like the feel of the strokes felt good.
Yeah. Okay, so if you come have a look at this. So that last one you hit just as good as the good one you hit with the 11-degree standard.
Okay.
137 ball speed, so a bit quicker off the face. 2-3 spin. Spin was a little bit high. So what I did is I've chucked it in a 10-degree head and lofted it up to 0.75.
Okay.
Hey, Ben. So I'm just trying to figure out whether or not we need to go more loft to help close the face to minimize that right side.
Right.
Or if we're needing to keep it standard and you have you two in this. But
Okay.
when you hit the 11-degree standard, it came out like really optimal.
Okay.
So it's going to be hard to beat.
Yep.
It's just deciding whether or not we can find anything better.
Yep. Yep.
So
Push out again.
So even that, even though it was right, your spin rate was a lot better.
Okay. That's straighter.
It's lovely.
That's much better. Yeah, that felt nice.
I think we've found your winner.
Yeah.
Genuinely going back to the standard A1 setting with the 11-degree head.
Yep.
Standard lens, standard weight, and you're just consistently longer.
Yep.
Your ball speed's now increased and your spin rate's still really good.
Perfect.
Like again, we normally look at your right balls and your left balls and they can be different lengths.
Yeah.
Where now we're seeing a consistent kind of, even if you do miss it out to the right or left, it's going
Same.
similar, which means the spin rate and the launch is doing what we need it to do.
Yep. Yep.
So if we look at your optimizer, everything's still inside that blue window,
Fantastic.
even after hitting 3 more drives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can't get much better than that.
235.
235
Yeah.
versus
Yes.
212.
212.
So ball speed was 134, and we're now averaging 134. I mean, it's pretty similar. Interesting. Oh, you did hit a couple of bad strikes in there. So
Yeah.
if we look at, let's have a look. 138, 137, 130. So that's the bad strike that we're talking about.
Yep.
130, 136, 135. So when we're hitting it good, it's consistently a few miles per hour quicker.
Perfect.
And then even though you do hit the missed strike once, the spin rate and the launch is in the window that we're after. Therefore, the distance is still going what we're after.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
So
brilliant.
Pretty happy with that.
Thanks, Jayden.
That's quite all right, mate.
Enjoyed it.
Unfortunately, we don't have time to go through the three-wheel today.
No. It takes longer than you think. Eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
But pretty happy with that. Mate.
Yep,
It's
great.
a good result.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
Cheers, mate.
All good. Rightio. So I'll just make sure it's all correct before we go. So GT2, 11 degree head set at A1.
Yep.
Again, we tried going 10 degrees lofted up. We tried changing this to B2, so different setting again.
Yep.
The results just weren't as good as what you were getting out of A1 setting.
Yep.
So keep that there. 50 gram regular flex Denali shaft with a standard length, and then we've gone with the multi-compound grey grip plus 4 papers. So the same as what you got on your irons.
Right, yep, perfect.
So pretty happy with that. It'll come with obviously a head cover.
Yep.
And we have the option, if you want it, a tool.
Yep.
So we can add that in there if you want one of these. Again, I wouldn't be changing it, but like it's good to have in case you need to, or your swing changes and you feel like, or your coach feels like you need to.
Yep.
So Steve Wood, Evan. Awesome. So that's been sent. So that'll come through in the next 5 minutes, and then talk to Nick and get it coming.
Thanks again, mate.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Steve.
it.
No worries,
Cheers.
mate.
So there we have it. That was the driver fitting with Titleist with Jayden Cleary, who's a Titleist fitting specialist. I just want to say thank you to Jayden again for taking his time to do a fitting. Really, really enjoyed it. Again, learnt a lot about the whole process. Thank you to North Shore Golf Club for allowing us to film here. If you do want to get fitted for a driver, book Jayden online at www.titleist.com.au, and he's got slots at different clubs around the North Island. I think they also have a South Island fitter as well. So yeah, really excited to get the driver. We'll do an unboxing and then out on the course video after that. So thanks everybody. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.